Welcome to Val's Sweet Kitchen. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a shortcrust pastry tart shell. And this recipe is for a short 9-inch tart shell. And I'm going to use it for my lemon curd tart. See my strawberry banana tart for a deep dish shortcrust pastry shell. Don't put in the sugar, and you can use it for a savory quiche like mushroom or salmon quiche. So, preheat your oven to 350 degrees F and let's go have some fun. In the bowl of a food processor, put all your dry ingredients. 1.5 cups of flour, 1/3 cup of confectioner sugar, and leave that out if you're going to make a savory crust. A tablespoon of lemon zest, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And give all your dry ingredients a whiz just to mix them up and distribute them. And then add in a 1/2 cup of unsalted butter and mix it until you get something like breadcrumbs. You want to get all the chunks out. So we're going to give it a couple more whizzes. This is what you're looking for. Looks like breadcrumbs or Parmesan cheese like you put on your spaghetti. Okay, and now add in a tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 egg. And give that a whiz. You want to use your blade with this because that's going to slice everything together. If you use your plastic one, it might make you overmix it, making for a tougher shell. And you can see it's already coming together. There we go. Perfect. Form it into a disc, wrap it in plastic wrap, and refrigerate it for an hour. Or I cheat and put it in the freezer for 20 minutes. But if you do that, don't leave it in too long because it'll start to freeze around the edges. If you forget and leave it in too long, whatever you do, don't knead it to mix the cold area back into the warm area. I did that once and it was like bread, cardboard, and I wondered why. Just leave it out on the counter for 10 minutes and let the temperature even everything out. So after it's done chilling, roll it out gradually and give it a quarter turn every so often. That'll keep it from sticking to the mat as well as help you make an even rolled out crust. And here's a neat trick on how to get your crust into your pan. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Mary Berry for showing me how to do this. What you do is you just take and scoot your bottom underneath, fold over your crust, and then fold it back. And let it go in gently, let it work its own way in. Don't push it in, because this will keep the crust even. And then feel around in all the flutes to make sure your crust is worked all the way into them and there's no air bubbles. And just push it down into the corners. Now poke the bottom with a fork. This is going to let out any steam that happens underneath and keep it from doming up. And then with some parchment paper and baking beans. If you don't have baking beans, you can use rice. That'll work. And then bake for 15 minutes until golden brown. Then take out your parchment paper and baking beans and bake it for 5 minutes more to let the crust dry out and everything turn a nice light brown. And then bake for 5 minutes longer. And there you go, your Shortcrust Pastry Tart Shell, ready to be filled with anything your heart desires. I'm going to fill it with lemon curd and top it with Italian meringue. Stick around to the end, and there's a link. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you try this at home, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment about how it turned out, or let me know if you had any questions. I'd love to share anything I can to help you in your baking adventure and have fun in your kitchen.